The logic model I will be demonstrating today is one that is very personal to me, for I am a member of a Greek organization here at Arizona State. When I tell people I'm in a sorority, the first thing they ask me is, "Do you party all the time? I mean, you go to ASU and you're in a sorority. You have to." The answer actually being, "No, I don't. I'm actually concerned about my grades and I have a job, so partying isn't the first thing on my list of priorities." So the purpose in my proposal today is to hopefully change the way the public eye sees the Greek community as an outsider looking in. Now, when people not associated with Greek life think of this community, they tend to make a lot of assumptions. Some of these being, all we do is drink and party. We pay for our friends. We're only going to college for the social aspect of it and not for our education. And that things we actually do aren't true because that's not what is portrayed in social media. What people don't know are the facts about these organizations, that they were founded many years ago, my house in particular being over 100 years ago, and that they were founded based on making a difference in their community. They had a common goal and common morals to live by. At the University of Indianapolis, a group of 3 men are trying to start up Greek life on their campus by encouraging their campus administrators to learn more about what it means to be a Greek organization. Some ideas that came to mind after reading this article was to have opportunities on campus for non-Greek students to come and learn about the Greek community and the higher standards each member is responsible to uphold. These events also give possible future members a chance to mingle with the current Greek members in an environment they wouldn't normally have access to otherwise. In doing this, the Greek community would need the positive support of the staff and other members of the university. When entering an unfamiliar and new setting, it is important to keep an open mind, and that's mainly what a lot of the Greek community is looking for. This positive support can be shown through encouraging future students to get involved with these campus groups or posters around campus promoting these students. Another suggestion for this university and the University of Indianapolis would be to bring back Greek Row. From talking to other students around campus, they don't know a lot about Greek life because these organizations aren't made apparent to them through campus involvement or structures. As seen in an article from students at the University of Texas at Arlington, students never thought about joining a sorority or fraternity because there was nothing they could see or do to get a taste of what it might be like, such as a house or event held by the university. Greek life at ASU takes up less than 1/4 of all the ASU students. So the chance that the rest of the population knows something other than the usual assumptions is very slim. For example, everybody knows that Southern universities are known for Greek life. It's where it all began. And people know that because the university makes that known to the public. They encourage students to be a part of these organizations because they know the benefits these organizations have on not only the students, but the university and community as well. There are many factors that come to mind when thinking of what could influence people's perspectives, but some of them stand out more than others. One factor being previous problems that have occurred at other universities in their Greek life. The bad stories are always the first to make the news over the good, and so people will associate all Greek life as having these horrible and uncommon mishaps. USA Today wrote an article on how only the negatives are displayed on the news and among social media websites. This not only encourages people to keep stereotyping the community this way, but it also takes away from all the good these groups do. People may also judge Greek life based on a movie they saw, a book they read, or a picture they saw scrolling through Twitter. Why, yes, some of these things may happen, but you can't define a group by one picture you saw or a story you heard. That being said, you can't believe everything you hear. One factor that really changes people's perspectives is the fact that they had a negative experience involving a member of a Greek organization. So therefore, all Greeks are that way. It's a fact of life. People do it every day. I know I do it with weathermen all the time. Just because a couple weathermen are off or wrong doesn't mean they all don't know what they're talking about. Heck, they know more about weather than I do. This may not be a problem for you in particular, but it may be when you one day have a real grown up job or your new boss was a member of a fraternity or sorority in college and you say something offensive about a Greek organization. Not a good way to start off that relationship. The problem is the negative connotation with Greeks, and that's what I'm trying to get people to realize. How they act towards and accept people can not only help their mentality change, but it can also influence that of the people around you. When it comes to community needs and assets, I think it's most important to provide students, faculty, and future students with the right knowledge about these organizations and to encourage students to get involved. They may not want to get involved with a Greek organization specifically, but this may encourage someone to learn more about the organizations each house supports and how to get involved with community service on their own. A lot of ASU's clubs work with each other, so whether or not you're in Greek life, if you're a part of USG or a nonprofit, you might end up collaborating with a house or two. Wrapping this up, I hope in listening to this you get an understanding of Greek life and how they can impact you and your university. I challenge you to pick one house and learn just a little bit more about them before you judge a member of that house. Talk to a Greek member that might be in one of your classes and maybe even become friends with them. We all wear our letters proudly, and we do that because we want people to know who we are and what we stand for.